Welcome back to Aesthetics Magazine. Find more skincare resources at aestheticsmagazine.com. In today's episode, we will be discussing life skills, communicating with confidence. You should make eye contact and treat what the other person is saying with respect. Do not interrupt them. Personally, I always feel it is important not to rush through conversation. Be sure to give your full attention to the person who is speaking to you. Body language such as nodding and leaning forward can show that we are interested in what another person is saying. However, it is also important not to invade anyone's personal space. Some people prefer a bigger gap between them when communicating than others, and cultural differences can also have an impact on what is considered acceptable. Do not be afraid to ask someone to repeat what they have said or to ask for clarification. It is better to do this than to risk a misunderstanding. When you need to talk about something which is difficult, it can be tempting to put it off. However, open and respectful communication is vital in such situations. Always listen to what the other person has to say, and then take time to think about your response. If the communication includes listening to a customer, talking total and beauty, so their skin in that short period can be assessed. Therefore, the above steps are probably the most important of them all. That is the viewpoint that I currently have. However, over time there may be further tips and techniques to add to these, and indeed the importance of each may change. By recognizing and learning to manage our own mood and emotions, managing our workload, and taking time to develop positive working relationships, we can help to improve communication at work. By trying some of the above strategies in our working day, we hopefully see a positive impact on teamwork and morale. It must be accepted that conflict is not necessarily a negative thing. Indeed, where there is an open and trust-based relationship, where challenges are openly discussed, disagreements may sometimes free up thoughts and lead to shared discussions of improvement. In such a situation, it could be said that a wonderful thing has happened, where people's ideas and views have been shared, facilitated by a form of open conflict, a shared vision emerges. This in itself can bring about positive change and therefore, facilitated correctly, could be considered a success strategy. Overcoming communication barriers. Communication barriers are the challenges that prevent people from sending, receiving, or understanding a message. These barriers can take various forms. For example, someone with social anxiety may experience psychological barriers such as fear of embarrassment or making mistakes. On the other hand, someone who speaks a different language may face a physical barrier to communication. In a professional context, estheticians may encounter any number of barriers to effective communication with clients. For instance, estheticians often work in busy salons and spas. This type of work environment can create physiological barriers like excessive noise or frequent interruptions. Many clients seek out estheticians and other personal care professionals to help them look and feel better. For some, discussing personal appearance may trigger emotional discomfort and anxiety. Similarly, an older client seeking anti-aging treatments might feel self-conscious about her age. These types of emotions and preconceived ideas, known as psychological barriers, can act as a major obstacle to clear communication. Such barriers may not only hinder the development of a strong aesthetic-client relationship, but could also impede an esthetician's ability to deliver a therapy that requires informed consent. This is particularly true for many of the skin-based therapies provided by estheticians. For example, microdermabrasion is a minimally invasive procedure used to renew overall skin tone and texture. It can improve the appearance of sun damage, wrinkles, fine lines, age spots, acne scarring, melasma, and other skin-related concerns. However, the procedure can lead to adverse effects such as eye damage, infection, or worsening of pre-existing conditions. Therefore, it is crucial that the person providing consent for microdermabrasion, whether for themselves or on behalf of a minor, fully understands what the treatment involves. Since this treatment is often carried out in salons or spas, where the environment is more informal than it would be in a medical setting, effective communication and the ability to overcome psychological barriers are particularly important for estheticians. Identifying communication barriers is essential if we want to prevent or properly address them. By being aware of the potential for communication mishaps, estheticians can identify which types of barriers seem to affect them and develop strategies for overcoming them. For example, if a noise-related physiological barrier is particularly problematic, an esthetician might try to arrange appointment times when the salon is quieter. Alternatively, investing in sound-absorbing materials for the walls or ceiling or providing clients with noise-canceling headphones might help to overcome the problem. Handling difficult or challenging clients. Some clients may be difficult in one way or another. Although most clients who receive professional services such as massage are cooperative and pleasant, there are a few suggestions to keep in mind when handling difficult clients. It is important to keep a positive attitude and not take the client's behavior personally. Always ask the client if there is anything you can do differently to make him or her more comfortable and provide feedback. A key suggestion is to listen attentively and patiently and give the client your full attention. Give the client the benefit of the doubt and do not challenge him or her. Instead, express empathy and understanding. If attempts to satisfy the client are futile, then politely and diplomatically end the session. We must remember, not everyone will respond favorably, and it is acceptable to part ways respectfully. Lastly, effectiveness in dealing with difficult clients comes with experience and with the mastery of inward skills like patience and self-control. As with handling difficult clients, current laws should dictate the standard of care exercised and should be referred to if in doubt. Just as we have talked about why managing stress is important in this line of work, we must understand and appreciate the reason behind managing difficult clients: the success of the professional relationship. When we are successful in providing a satisfactory outcome in a difficult client situation, the professional relationship intensifies. A loyal client will look to us in trust and will strengthen the professional bond. However, if unsuccessful, it is an opportunity for growth in our character and can serve as a lesson learned to modify our approach in handling different clients in the future. Oftentimes, we can turn this negative experience into a positive growing experience. It's time to level up your skincare product expertise. Are you confident explaining vitamins A, C, and E to your clients? Stop guessing! Get the Essential Guide by Greg Risha, Understanding Vitamins in Skincare. Get your copy today at aestheticsmagazine.com.